Okay, here we are Tuesday night. Let's go through week 12. The rankings just came out, so we're going to take you through top 25 and we'll project the New Year's Six. Again, if the season ended today, these would be the New Year's Six. In the semis, Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Michigan, and the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. You can see the rest of the New Year's Six. We won't spend a lot of time on that. We really want to get into this week's schedule and the remaining schedule of the top 9 teams in this week's CFP rankings. Alabama's got their big rivalry game. This game, Michigan-Ohio State, at Ohio State becomes a quarterfinal game. Clemson's got their arch rival on rivalry week and is headed to the ACC championship. We'll talk about that in a second. Washington State becomes another quarterfinal type game to get into the Pac-12 championship. Wisconsin-Minnesota, Wisconsin is in. Penn State, Michigan State, a huge game up there with the Nittany Lions. If they can beat Michigan State, they're on to defend the Eastern Division of the Big Ten if Ohio State can beat Michigan. Oklahoma State, big gap here because there is no Big 12 championship this year. It'll take place next year, but a rivalry game with 2 top 11 ranked teams. Colorado needs to beat Utah to represent the South in the Pac-12. All right, now let's talk about the conference championship games. Clemson is in. Clemson will play Virginia Tech if Virginia Tech beats Virginia this week. If Virginia Tech loses that game, North Carolina, another rivalry game with NC State. If they beat State, North Carolina would be in with a Virginia Tech loss. In the Big Ten, this is the most interesting side of the conference championships. Ohio State, Michigan play this weekend at Ohio State. If Penn State wins against Michigan State and Michigan loses, Penn State wins the East. They're off to play Wisconsin in Indianapolis. If Michigan wins over Ohio State, they're in to play Wisconsin. And if Ohio State beats Michigan and Penn State loses, then Ohio State gets an opportunity to move up in the CFP. Let's go through the Pac-12. Pac-12, the Apple Cup in Pullman, Washington. Washington against Washington State for the North. Colorado will play Utah. If they win, they're in. If they lose, SC by beating Colorado would represent the South and play the winner of Washington State in the Pac-12. And in the SEC, we know Alabama versus Florida. Watch Florida. If they beat Florida State this weekend and could beat Alabama in the SEC, Florida is an underdog who could play themselves into the playoff picture. So that's the conference championship games. Now let's look at the semis. You got the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, number 1-4, Alabama, Clemson. Again, if the season ended today. And the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl, number 2, Ohio State, number 3, Michigan. Now we're going to show you the games we're going to scout this weekend, and we'll be back next week for week 13, which is, it gets more exciting every week, and we look forward to taking you through the conference championship games.